Timothy wants to know, how do I set up my KindShock LEV Integra dropper post? It's a bit more involved than the externally routed version. Thanks for the question, Timothy. As internally routed frames become the standard, this is something we all need to know. If you're looking for a new seat post, be sure to check out our social media outlets twice a week for the mystery sale and a site-wide discount code. The first thing to do is note the seat height with either your current post or your new post in the extended position. Measure from the center of the bottom bracket spindle to the center of the saddle rails. Write down the measurements so you don't forget, then remove the seat post. Next, mount the remote lever. Most people mount the lever on the left side to take the place of the front shifter on a 1x system. Even with 2x system, front shifts aren't as common. After mounting the lever, run the housing that will go to the post. Most frames that accept internally routed seat posts have guides that will feed the housing into the seat tube with minimal effort. Once the housing comes out of the top of the seat tube, connect the housing to the bottom of the post and insert the post into the frame to the original seat height. As you push the post down into the frame, gently pull the housing where it exits the frame, but not hard enough to pull it from the post. With the post at its correct extension, turn the handlebars as far as you foresee needing them to be able to turn. I turn them a full 180 degrees if the other cables allow it. Now, cut the seat post housing to fit into the remote lever with the bars turned. Once the housing is cut, mark the post at the top of the collar, remove the post, and run the cable through the housing. Push the cable through the housing and then once again pull the housing so that it's coming out of the top of the seat tube. This may require you to turn the handlebar toward the spot where it enters the frame or potentially removing the remote from the bar, but make sure the housing is still firmly attached to the remote. Now that the cable is through the housing, pull the cable tight to remove any slack and set the housing into the guide KS provides that was attached to the bottom of the post. Slide the barrel clamp onto the cable until it is sitting on top of the guide. Snug the barrel onto the cable and you can remove the cable and housing from the guide. Next, you'll want to fully tighten the barrel to the cable and cut the cable at the top of the barrel. Finally, connect the barrel and insert the housing into the bottom of the post and reinsert the post into the bike to the desired height. If there's any dead throw in the remote lever, use the barrel adjuster to take up the slack and you'll be good to go. If you want your question answered on Ask a Mechanic presented by Art Cyclery, send your inquiry to content@artcyclery.com.